Bienvenidos a Carolina Ahora, Noticias en Spanglish. Soy Isabela Casanova Lopez.
And I'm Jordan Smith Burgess.
We begin today with the conversation on AI, artificial intelligence. Governor Stein spoke just this week saying AI will help us be more productive and competitive. And now, UNC is developing a new school focused on artificial intelligence. As a result, the School of Data Science and Society will merge with the School of Information and Library Science in order to create this yet-to-be-named school. In a campus-wide email, Roberts wrote that this school is a bold step forward in our commitment to preparing students for a world increasingly shaped by data information and artificial intelligence. Though the decision to create the school has been made, the implementation plan still needs to be developed. Roberts wrote in the same email that faculty, staff, and students will be engaged throughout the programs, and the programs will continue.
And the conversation continues this week with ConvergeCon. It's an AI conference that will explore convergence of human skills and AI. The conference, hosted by the Hussman School of Journalism and Media, will include panels with experts, even a mock trial that will make use of an AI jury. It kicks off tomorrow, and you can get more info on the Hussman School website.
En todo el país, la gente salió a las calles para participar en protestas llamado No King's Day. Las protestas buscan defender la democracia. Los organizadores dicen que quieren tratar lo que consideran un exceso de poder presidencial y una amenaza al equilibrio del gobierno. Desde Raleigh hasta Charlotte, las personas marcharon recordando que, según ellos, Estados Unidos no tiene reyes.
And now we have an update for the last 2 weeks in ICE and immigration news. Maria Corina Machado, the face of the resistance in Venezuela, as the leader of the opposition party, won the Nobel Peace Prize for her fight to bring democracy back to her nation. A federal judge ruled that immigration officers in the Chicago area will be required to wear body cameras. And a judge in Cook County, which includes Chicago, barred ICE from arresting people in courthouses.
A statewide survey of Latinos in North Carolina highlights the urgent need for healthcare access. The Camino Research Institute says that has released the first survey on the economic, physical, and educational needs of Latinos in North Carolina. This comprehensive survey brought to light the healthcare disparities between undocumented and documented Latino residents in the state. Valentina Garay, a Spanish medical interpreter and translator at Adams School of Dentistry, says that there's a very, very limited access to financial support for dental services, especially for undocumented residents.
And a lot of time that's like the case with a lot of my patients. Essentially, they don't go to the dentist, they don't go to the doctor, they don't do anything unless if they're basically dying or they absolutely need it because they simply can't afford it.
That same survey by Camino Research Institute found that only 3% of respondents turn to government agencies when they first have a need. Instead, more than a third said they turned to God first. St. Thomas More Catholic Church in Chapel Hill offers 3 mass services per week in Spanish. One churchgoer, Victor Cervantes, explained how he finds comfort in faith.
Cuando encuentro alguna dificultad, existe esto que llamamos la fe. Y la fe tal vez no es algo que podamos tocar, tal vez no es algo que podamos oler, pero es algo que se siente. Y cuando uno actúa en la vida con fe, las cosas a veces más difíciles se llegan a solucionar.
If you're into art with a little bit of magic, something big is coming to Raleigh. Thomas Dambo's giant recycled trolls are taking over Raleigh. In Dorothea Dix Park, this is the first of 5 giant trolls designed by Danish recycle artist Thomas Dambo and built with the help of local volunteers. They are made out of salvaged wood from pallets and fallen branches. Once complete, they will be added to Dambo's troll map, which marks where this 150 plus trolls are located around the world. You can check out the map online by visiting trollmap.com or scanning the QR code on your screen.
En Chapel Hill preparamos para Halloween weekend on campus, pero many of us también estamos pensando en Día de los Muertos. Día de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, is un día celebrated before Halloween. La intención es reunir los vivos con los muertos and honor our loved ones. Entonces, en honor of las tradiciones mexicanas, vamos a aprender cómo hacer un altar. Aquí mismo in the studio. So you'll need a few things. Here we have some makeshift marigolds. También necesitamos pan de muerto. You can tell it's pan de muerto because it has an X on it. And we also have some conchas around it. You're going to want to bring fruit because once the dead visit, the next day the fruit will be sweeter, or so they say. También tenemos velas. When you light the candles, it's supposed to guide the way for the dead to find your altar. And of course, we're going to have photos of our dead loved ones. This is the great-grandmother of our producer, Reina. So we're honoring her today. We also left some water for her, and we have some trinkets to remember her. Now let's take it to the weather. Wayne?
Thanks, Jordan. So let's start out actually by looking at the forecast for Dia de los Muertos. Right now it's a little far out, so this is definitely subject to change for us, but we're looking at a nice sunny day with high temperatures in the low 60s and lower temperatures in the low 40s, but still a lovely day, especially for early November. Now, as we look outside right now, it's pretty chilly. When I was walking here, it was in the 40s, it was brisk, it was cool, it was dry, but it's gonna warm up real fast since that sun's gonna be shining, reaching in the upper 70s later today. And that's kind of all due to the setup that we have. This big dome of clear air, dry air is sitting right over North Carolina, but as we head into tomorrow, overnight tonight, this cold front right here is gonna move through. That's gonna drop temperatures down a bit, but behind that cold front is just more clear skies. So we're set up great for this week, and that means it's gonna be lovely for the state fair. Now, because that sun's gonna be out, there's not gonna be many clouds blocking the sky. It's gonna cool off pretty quickly at night. So the nights are gonna be dry, but they're gonna be cool. We're not expecting to see rain, but I would at least say bring a jacket with you, especially if you're heading to the fair later on in the day. Now, as we look at the 5-day forecast, it's a pretty lovely thing to look at, pretty typical for the fall. Today's gonna be the hottest day of the week, but as we head into the latter part of the week, it's gonna cool off into the lower 70s, and that sun's just gonna be shining every day for us. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Wayne. Franklin Street siempre está cambiando y una de las adiciones nuevas es The Latin Effect. El camión de comida ahora tiene una ubicación más permanente en Chapel Hill. So Jordan, you tried The Latin Effect?
I did, and Isabella, I was not disappointed. A ver. Bienvenidos a The Latin Effect. Tiene comida de toda Latinoamérica y vamos a probarlo. Aquí tenemos una baleada, una comida de Honduras. Hay huevos revueltos, frijoles refritos, queso hondureño, crema y carne asada. Se come para el desayuno, el almuerzo y la cena. The owner, Bert Chedrani, had this to say.
I knew to start my food truck business, I had to start my roots. You know, do more Honduras, maybe a few Mexican options, but the majority of it was from Honduras. And that's what we did. We named it the Latin Effect because the vision was always to offer entrees from different Spanish countries.
Latinx Center is hosting a viewing party of Aztec Batman, a reimagining of a classic story set in the Aztec Empire. This event will include a conversation and a viewing. We're joined now by Carol Bono, a UNC alum who helped plan the event.
Thank you for joining us, Carol.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. What should we expect from your event?
Well, y'all shall expect a whole night of fun. We're going to be having the viewing of Aztec Batman. It just came out a few months ago, but we're also going to be having a conversation with Professor Gabriel Cruz, who's a professor of critical media studies. We're going to have a very chill conversation with him about Aztec Batman. How is it that the Aztec mythology and Batman have come together? And you know, after that, we're just going to be leaning into the movie vibes. We're going to be having snacks. We're going to be having candy. If y'all want to come and bring your blankets, come through. It's going to be taking place at the Freedom Forum over at Carroll Hall. And luckily, the Carolina Latinx Center is hosting us, which we're so appreciative of.
That's awesome. Well, I'll definitely be there. Back to you, Isabella.
Now, a 16-year-old is making an impact in the football world following the U20 World Cup. Making history at this year's Gold Cup, Gilberto Mora became the youngest player in FIFA history to win an international senior trophy. This puts him alongside notable stars Pelé and Lamine Yamal, who previously held the record. Playing for Mexico's national team, Mora recorded 3 goals and 2 assists, helping Mexico reach the knockout stage. Fans of the Mexico's team are expressing their hope in him, giving him nicknames like El Chamaco and Morita, meaning Little Mora. Viral videos around social media joke about protecting him from vices for the sake of the Mexican team. Powerhouse clubs around the world are expressing interest, and as he continues to grow, we hope to see him on more stages.
The Latin Grammy nominations are out. Leading in nominations with 12, Bad Bunny is up for Record, Album, and Song of the Year. Alongside Bad Bunny, Edgar Barrera and Paco Amoroso are leading with 10 nominations each. Edgar Barrera, a renowned songwriter, has extended his own record as the most nominated person of all time, with 72 nominations and 24 wins. Some notable first-time nominees, Fuerza Regida, Catriel, Paco Amoroso, and Iván Cornejo, are up for some of the biggest awards of the night. Some notable nominees in the highly coveted Record of the Year include Bad Bunny, twice with Baile Inolvidable, and Debí Tirar Más Fotos. There's also Karol G and Natalia Lafourcade. Have you been hearing salsa music walking by the Union every other night? Well, we have a very special guest here today to tell us what's been up and how we can join the party.
Giselle Zapata, co-manager of Que Rico's UNC's Latin dance team, is here to explain. Giselle, thank you so much for joining us in the studio bright and early this morning. So tell us more about these Sunset Salsa Nights.
Yes, of course. So every bi-weekly we have a Salsa Sunset social, and it's from 6 to 9, and it has been a very, very special event to us this semester that we have been in the works planning for a year now, and we are very excited because it draws influence from New York and from Greensboro.
Perfect, that sounds so great. Thank you so much again, Giselle. I'll be there, but I don't want to come unprepared. Do you think you can show us some moves to practice before Thursday?
Oh yes, of course. We can start off with basics. So you step forward here, and then you step forward, and then you step back in the middle, and then you go back. So you step here, and you go forward and back. So you return to the middle, and then you step forward, middle, and
Okay.
and then you just keep, we're doing some salsa right now. And you can play with your arms, you can play with your shoulders, and just keep going forward, middle, and back. And there's two different styles of salsa. You can dance on one or dance on two, but that's a little salsa step. And we can also go from side to side. So you can step to the side, return to the middle, and also go back to the side. So, yeah. And we count with 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can just play with your arms, add your own flair to it. And yeah, we have this. So those are some basic moves, and we teach these at the Salsa Sunset from 6 to 6:30. And yeah, we have a lead and follow. So we have someone who leads you through turns and someone who follows through those.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for joining us. This is Carolina Ahora, UNC's Husband Spanish broadcast. Asegúrate de seguir nuestro Instagram en Carolina Ahora UNC. Sintoniza el próximo martes para ver otro programa.